Good morning, everyone. I'm excited to welcome you to today's presentation. We'll be discussing the Validation Management Plan. My name is Dr. S.K. Singh, and I hold a PhD in this field. The focus of today's talk is on ensuring process consistency, product quality, and regulatory compliance. Over the next few minutes, I'll walk you through the key aspects of managing validation effectively. I look forward to sharing insights that can help us all improve our validation processes. Let's get started. Let's take a closer look at the VMP, or Validation Management Plan. This is a high-level governing document that outlines the site's validation philosophy. It essentially sets the foundation for how we approach validation across all GMP systems. The purpose here is to establish a structured, risk-based approach. This means we focus our efforts where they matter most, prioritizing activities based on potential impact and risk. The VMP also ensures that our validation activities are consistent, traceable, and managed throughout their life cycle. This traceability is crucial for maintaining control and accountability in our processes. Additionally, it aligns with regulatory expectations, emphasizing a scientific and risk-based approach to validation. Overall, the VMP supports our goal of ensuring that all systems are validated properly, reliably, and in a manner that satisfies both internal standards and external regulations. It's a key document that guides our entire validation strategy and helps us maintain quality and compliance across the site. Today, I want to talk about the purpose and objectives of our Validation Master Plan. The main goal here is to clearly define the strategy, responsibilities, and procedures that make sure our site operates in a validated state. Essentially, we're setting the foundation for consistent, compliant operations. Our objectives are quite comprehensive. First, we aim to provide a master roadmap for all validation activities. Think of this as the blueprint guiding us through every step. It helps us stay organized and on track. Second, ensuring compliance with regulatory expectations is critical. We need to meet all the standards set by authorities to maintain our license and reputation. Third, responsibilities will be allocated across cross-functional teams. This ensures everyone knows their role and contributes effectively to validation efforts. Next, standardizing validation execution, review, approval, and documentation is vital. It promotes consistency and quality across all validation activities. Finally, we want to facilitate audit readiness and foster continual improvement. Being prepared for audits at all times and constantly seeking ways to enhance our processes keeps us ahead. Overall, these points tie back to our overarching goal: maintaining a validated, compliant, and efficient operation that supports our business and regulatory needs. Let's take a look at the key regulatory and guideline frameworks that shape our validation practices. First, we have FDA 21 CFR Parts 210 and 211, which set the standards for pharmaceutical manufacturing and control. Then, there's the EU GMP Annex 15, focusing specifically on qualification and validation processes within the European context. Moving on, the ICH guidelines, Q7, Q8 R2, Q9, and Q10 are integral as well. Q7 covers good manufacturing practices for active pharmaceutical ingredients. Q8 emphasizes pharmaceutical development, Q9 addresses quality risk management, and Q10 promotes pharmaceutical quality systems. We also have the WHO TRS 1019, which provides international guidance to harmonize validation practices worldwide. Additionally, PIC-S Pi 6 and Pi 48 offer good manufacturing practices and validation guidance tailored for pharmaceutical inspections. The most important point here is that validation isn't a one-time activity. It must follow a life cycle approach. That means integrating scientific understanding, risk management, and continuous monitoring throughout the entire product life cycle. This ensures ongoing compliance, quality, and safety, aligning with our overall goal of maintaining high standards in pharmaceutical manufacturing. Let's take a closer look at what the VMP covers when it comes to GMP impact systems. Essentially, It encompasses all the critical systems that ensure compliance and quality in manufacturing. This includes facilities, which are the physical spaces where production occurs. Utilities are also a key focus. They include HVAC systems, water for injection or WFI, purified water or PW, nitrogen, steam, and other essential utilities that support manufacturing processes. Then we have equipment and instruments, which need validation to guarantee their performance and reliability. Manufacturing and packaging processes are also covered, ensuring that every step aligns with GMP standards. Cleaning validation is crucial too, to confirm that cleaning procedures effectively prevent cross-contamination. Analytical method validation ensures our testing methods are accurate and consistent. Computer system validation, or CSV, is vital as well, making sure our digital tools and systems operate correctly and securely. Warehouse and cold chain systems are included to maintain product integrity, especially for temperature-sensitive items. Lastly, support systems like laminar airflow, environmental monitoring systems, building management systems, and various software support the entire operation. Overall, the scope of validation in the VMP is comprehensive, covering all these elements to ensure product quality, safety, and regulatory compliance throughout the manufacturing process. This holistic approach is fundamental to maintaining GMP standards and delivering safe products to patients. Let's take a closer look at the validation lifecycle approach. Starting with Stage 1, the Design Qualification, or DQ. Here, we focus on establishing a scientific understanding of the system and verifying that the design meets the intended requirements. It's about making sure we've got the right design from the start. Moving to Stage 2, the Installation Qualification, or IQ. This stage involves verifying that the equipment or system has been installed correctly according to the user requirements specification and vendor documentation. It's essential that everything is in the right place and properly configured. Next is Stage 3, the Operational Qualification, or OQ. In this phase, we conduct functional testing, check alarms, and verify safety features. The goal is to ensure that the system operates as intended under normal and worst-case conditions. Then we have Stage 4, the Performance Qualification, often called PQ or PPQ. Here, we demonstrate that the system performs consistently under real-world operating conditions. This step confirms reliability and robustness in actual use. Finally, Stage 5, Continued Process Verification, or CPV. This involves routine monitoring, trending data, applying statistical controls, and identifying triggers for revalidation. It's about maintaining assurance over time that the process remains in a validated state. Connecting all these stages together, this lifecycle approach ensures that validation isn't a one-time event, but an ongoing process, integral to maintaining quality and compliance throughout the product lifecycle. A robust VMP, or Validation Master Plan, is essential for ensuring that our validation activities are thorough and well-structured. First, we have the validation policy, which sets the overall commitment and approach to validation within our organization. Next, the product and process overview provides a clear understanding of what's being validated and the critical parameters involved. The validation strategy outlines the specific methods and scope of validation efforts, aligning them with regulatory requirements and risk considerations. Speaking of risk, the risk assessment methodology, using tools like FMEA, HACCP, and QRM, helps us identify and prioritize potential issues before they occur. Roles and responsibilities are also key, defining who does what ensures accountability and smooth execution. Qualification requirements specify what needs to be qualified, whether it's equipment, systems, or processes. Validation templates, including protocols and reports, standardize documentation, and make sure we capture all necessary data consistently. Revalidation strategy is about planning for periodic reviews or requalifications to maintain ongoing compliance. Change control linkages connect validation activities to change management, helping us adapt and stay compliant when modifications happen. The validation schedule and master inventory list keep us organized, providing a roadmap of activities and a comprehensive list of all items involved. Finally, the documentation matrix ensures that all documentation is complete, accessible, and traceable, forming the backbone of our validation framework. Overall, the structure of a VMP ties all these elements together, creating a cohesive plan that supports quality, compliance, and continuous improvement throughout our validation lifecycle. Let's take a closer look at our approach to validation, which is fundamentally lifecycle-based and aligned with ICH Q8 through Q10 guidelines. This means we consider the entire product lifecycle when planning our validation activities, ensuring a thorough and consistent approach. We also perform risk ranking of systems, categorizing them into critical, major, and minor. This helps us prioritize our efforts based on the potential impact on product quality and patient safety. The scope of validation is justified by assessing its GMP impact, so we focus more on areas that could significantly influence compliance and product integrity. Our strategy integrates quality by design principles and control strategies right from the start. This ensures that quality is built into the process, not just tested at the end. To support this, we leverage historical knowledge, prior qualification data, and sound scientific rationale. Using this information helps us make informed decisions and optimize our validation efforts efficiently. Overall, this comprehensive approach to validation and risk management ensures we maintain high standards of quality and compliance throughout the product lifecycle. Let's take a closer look at the key deliverables involved in our validation process. First, we have validation plans, which outline the overall strategy and scope for each validation activity. Then, we move into detailed protocols such as DQ, IQ, OQ, and PQ, which stand for design qualification, installation qualification, operational qualification, and performance qualification, respectively. These ensure that everything is installed and operates correctly. We also have PPQ protocols, or process performance qualification, that verify our processes perform consistently within specified limits. Cleaning validation documents are essential to confirm that cleaning procedures effectively prevent contamination. CSV validation documents are related to computer system validation, ensuring our systems are compliant and reliable. Deviations and CAPA, or corrective and preventive actions, are critical for addressing any issues that arise during validation, helping us improve processes continuously. Summary reports compile the results of validation activities, providing clear documentation of compliance. The validation traceability matrix links all validation activities to their requirements, ensuring nothing is overlooked. The master validation schedule helps us keep track of timelines and responsibilities across all activities. Now, let's consider the roles involved. Quality assurance oversees the entire process, ensuring compliance and quality standards are met. Engineering is responsible for equipment and system installation. Production staff ensure that manufacturing processes follow validated procedures. QC, or analytical development teams, validate testing methods and results. The IT CSV team manages computer system validation, ensuring data integrity and security. Lastly, the validation team coordinates and executes the validation activities. Understanding these deliverables and roles is fundamental because they form the backbone of our validation strategy. They ensure that every aspect of our process is thoroughly verified, documented, and compliant with regulatory standards, supporting the overall integrity and quality of our products. Let's now talk about continuous improvement. This involves regularly monitoring our processes through CPV, or continuous process verification. We also use trending and statistical process control methods to identify any variations early on. Additionally, we conduct periodic reviews of our validation status to ensure everything remains compliant and effective. It's important that we update our validation master plan annually or whenever necessary to reflect changes and improvements. Moving on to change control, this is about assessing the impact of any change on the validated state of our processes. Not every change requires revalidation, but certain key changes do. For example, process modifications or scale-up activities, new equipment or facility modifications, changes in raw material or API suppliers, extended shutdowns, and trends observed in out-of-specification, out-of-trend, or out-of-confidence data all warrant careful evaluation. Finally, it's crucial that we understand that change control, revalidation, and continuous improvement are interconnected. They form a cycle that helps us maintain control, adapt to necessary changes, and continually enhance our processes to ensure ongoing quality and compliance. This comprehensive approach is essential to sustaining a robust and reliable manufacturing operation. Let's now turn our attention to validation plans, a critical component in ensuring our processes meet quality standards. First, we have qualification protocols, which include design qualification, installation qualification, operational qualification, and performance qualification, often summarized as DQ, IQ, OQ, and PQ. These steps help us confirm that equipment and systems are properly installed and functioning as intended. Next, we have process validation protocols, or PPQ, which are essential to demonstrate that our manufacturing processes consistently produce products of the required quality. Then, there are cleaning validation protocols, ensuring that cleaning processes effectively eliminate contamination and prevent cross-contact. We also need comprehensive computer system validation documents that verify our digital systems operate correctly and securely, supporting data integrity and compliance. Alongside these, reports and summary files compile all validation activities, providing an organized record of our compliance efforts. The validation traceability matrix is another key tool. It links each validation activity back to the specific requirements, ensuring nothing is overlooked and everything aligns with regulatory standards. Finally, all these elements come together as part of the Validation Master Plan deliverables, or VMP, which provides an overarching framework and documentation to guide the entire validation process. In essence, these validation components collectively uphold the integrity, quality, and compliance of our operations, tying directly into our overall goal of delivering safe and effective products. For further support, please contact us. We're here to help you with any questions or additional information you might need. Don't hesitate to reach out. Your success is our priority. Thank you for your attention and participation today.